How Binance quietly took over crypto. In 2017, I heard something that completely changed the direction of my life. Someone told me, crypto can make you rich. Like most beginners, I immediately asked one question. Where do I start? Almost everyone around me gave me the same answer. Binance. At the time, I didn't ask why. I simply assumed Binance was another cryptocurrency company. Years later, after spending thousands of hours trading, running high-volume peer-to-peer transactions, and watching the crypto industry evolve from the inside, I realized something. Binance didn't become the biggest crypto exchange because it was lucky. It became the biggest because it understood something its competitors completely missed. And today, I want to show you exactly how it quietly took over the crypto industry. Because once you understand Binance's story, you'll never look at business or cryptocurrency the same way again. Most people think Binance won because it had better technology. That's only part of the story. Others believe it was simply first. That's not true either. Bitcoin had existed for almost 9 years before Binance launched. Ethereum was already changing the industry. Dozens of exchanges already existed. So why did Binance become the giant while so many others disappeared? The answer starts with timing. In 2017, crypto was exploding. Millions of people wanted to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. But using crypto exchanges was frustrating. Trading fees were expensive, platforms were slow, many crashed whenever trading activity increased. For people living outside Europe or America, things were even worse. Bank transfers were difficult. Verification could take weeks. Some countries weren't supported at all. The demand existed, the infrastructure didn't. That was the opportunity Changpeng Zhao saw. Most people know him simply as CZ. Instead of creating another cryptocurrency, he decided to build the marketplace where every cryptocurrency could be traded. His vision was simple: make trading fast, keep fees low, list new projects quickly, and make the platform available to anyone in the world. Binance launched in July 2017. Less than 6 months later, it had become the largest cryptocurrency exchange on Earth. That's one of the fastest business success stories in modern history. But launching a successful exchange wasn't enough. Hundreds of exchanges launched during that same period. Most disappeared. Why? Because crypto had a trust problem. People were constantly hearing stories about exchanges getting hacked, funds disappearing, companies collapsing overnight. Every new exchange had to answer one question: why should anyone trust you with their money? Binance answered that question by doing something incredibly simple. It kept improving while everyone else stood still. It listed more coins than competitors. Its fees were lower. The app was easier to use. Customer support improved. The platform kept getting faster. Every improvement attracted more users. And every new user made Binance even stronger. That's called the network effect. The more people used Binance, the more valuable Binance became. More traders created better liquidity. Better liquidity attracted new crypto projects. New projects attracted even more investors. And that cycle repeated itself again and again. Eventually, Binance reached a point where competing against it became almost impossible. But here's the part of the story that many documentaries completely ignore. For millions of people living in countries like Nigeria, Kenya, Pakistan, and Indonesia, Binance wasn't just another exchange, it became financial infrastructure. I've seen this personally. For years, I operated as a high-volume peer-to-peer crypto merchant. I watched ordinary Nigerians use USDT not just for trading, but for protecting their savings, paying suppliers, sending money across borders, and surviving currency depreciation. When local currencies became unstable, many people trusted Binance's P2P marketplace more than traditional banking systems. That's something many Western documentaries rarely understand. For millions of users, Binance wasn't replacing another crypto exchange. It was solving problems banks couldn't solve, and that made Binance incredibly difficult to replace. Then came the biggest test in the company's history. In late 2022, FTX, one of Binance's largest competitors, collapsed almost overnight. Billions of dollars disappeared. The crypto industry entered another crisis. Soon after, regulators turned their attention toward Binance. Investigations followed. In 2023, Binance agreed to pay one of the largest corporate settlements in financial history. CZ stepped down as CEO. He later served a prison sentence in the United States. Many people predicted that Binance would collapse. It didn't. The company continued operating. Millions of users stayed. Trading continued. The ecosystem survived. Why? Because Binance had become much bigger than one man. That's perhaps the biggest business lesson from this entire story. Great companies don't become powerful because they have brilliant founders. They become powerful because they build systems that continue working even when the founder steps away. Steve Jobs left Apple. Microsoft continued after Bill Gates. Amazon kept growing after Jeff Bezos stepped down. And Binance continued after CZ. That's what real infrastructure looks like. Looking back, I now understand why everyone told me to start with Binance all those years ago. They weren't simply recommending an exchange. Without realizing it, they were pointing me toward the company that had quietly built the roads, the marketplace, and much of the financial infrastructure of the crypto economy. Whether Binance remains number one forever isn't really the important question. The real lesson is this: history rarely rewards the company that arrives first. It rewards the company that solves the biggest problem, earns trust, and becomes impossible to ignore. And in crypto, that's exactly what Binance did. If you enjoyed this documentary and want more real stories about crypto, business strategy, and market psychology, not hype, subscribe to CoinGazetter. Because the next story might completely change the way you see this industry